With the broadcast from Boston, the home of the Celtics. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analyst, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Down low. Here's Nembhard. The shot will not fall. White with the defensive effort. And we talk about Derek White. Doris, how impressive has his rise been?
Kevin, it's been both impressive and sometimes feels improbable. He was not highly recruited. There were no expectations on him when he arrived in the NBA. This guy has turned himself into one of the premier defenders from the guard spot, an excellent shot blocker, and so rock steady as a ball handler on the offensive end.
Oh, and here comes Holiday all alone. Outside, Porzingis. First quarter, just over a minute played. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, 7'3" doesn't need much of a vertical. Easy finish for KP.
And then Toppin with the jam.
My goodness, Toppin puts on a show. What a special dunker this guy is.
Porzingis at the elbow. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Porzingis has got his second basket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now here's White, following the miss by Obi Toppin. Screen by Porzingis. Shot clock at 5. It's rebounded by Indiana.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Inside, Turner. And it's slammed in by Turner.
And this is why Miles Turner is such a high percentage scorer. You combine length, athleticism, and basketball skills. Good luck with that defense.
Now here's White. The wide open look here for Porzingis. That doesn't go either for Porzingis. Pass to Toppin. And he goes right over Jaylen Brown and spins it down.
Well, the vertical of Obi Toppin on display rises up with ease.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them. Just no chance there for the defense. Major size disadvantage. He's got no business trying to stop that slam. Just get out of the way.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the two J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
Pat, David, remember a couple years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. I'm glad they're still together.
I think the value of Pascal Siakam is the skill set on both ends of the floor. He can play multiple positions either end, and he can lift his team in any number of ways.
Now, here's Brown. Hasn't made one yet.
How confident is Jaylen Brown in his handle? The dribble drive through traffic, really nice.
Pass to Toppin. Indiana moving the ball around. And the shot goes in from Siakam.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Now, here's Halliburton. Outside Turner. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Well, you just love how Miles Turner goes right up with it, right? No hesitation, catch and shoot.
Pascal Siakam grabs the miss. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Halliburton, that's good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Outside Tatum. And here's Porzingis for a 3. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Porzingis has got 9 points.
Well, in the modern NBA, a big that can shoot with range, so important. Kristaps Porzingis from 3.
At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. It's the Pacers leading by a point.
The Pacers 14.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
So far, they've moved the ball well, leading to open, high-percentage looks. Lots of assists in this one.
Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Over to the wing. Back to Tatum. Siakam pulls it in. Indiana trailing here. Here's Halliburton. And finished off by Halliburton.
Yeah, this play is about the effort level of Tyrese Halliburton running the floor to get that break.
Outside Tatum. Here's Horford. Oh, and he misses the dunk. And it's the Pacers' ball. And the Pacers' doors last season trading for Pascal Siakam to complement this hungry team.
And Kevin, it's important in a couple of ways. First of all, he's a 2-time All-Star who's got a championship pedigree. The other part of this is Indiana is an equal opportunity offense, so they want to share the basketball. But Pascal brings individual playmaking and shot making, and sometimes that's a must-have in this league.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Tatum looking around. From deep. And Porzingis gets the 3. Porzingis has got the game tied up here for the Celtics.
The defense made the mistake of allowing Kristaps Porzingis to find his rhythm. Going to be a long night if you don't cool him off.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Outside Tatum. 4 on the clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Outside Holiday. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall,
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Muscly through contact. Holiday has the strength and body control to do it.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Boston.
Right off the bat, they're going after the ball, looking to jump into the passing lanes and create some steals in transition.
Toppin, good.
This guy very comfortable operating in the painted area. All Obi Toppin needs is a little bit of room to get that shot off.
Holiday. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And we all hear talk about Drew Holiday's defense, but you know, Doris, he is much more than that. You've said it countless times.
Kevin, this is a guy who's a tremendous rebounder for a guard, a very willing playmaker. He can carry a scoring burden if you need him to, but he's also willing to take a very limited number of shots. It's all about the team with him.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Pascal Siakam is nominally a power forward, but his versatility at both ends of the floor allows him to play a number of roles. Siakam says that's where the NBA has been going. It's always positionless basketball, and I feel like I can do anything. And in today's game, Kevin, that means tremendous value for Siakam. Back to you.
Doesn't it? My goodness, David, he is something else. Thank you very much. Pass to Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
The assist.
Well, Pascal Siakam has the ability to play on the inside and score with that length.
Out to Porzingis. Now here's Horford. 29 seconds left here in the second. And a dunk by Horford.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there.
Sure.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He wants to talk to his guy. And the Celtics making a change here. We've got 22 seconds left in the second quarter.
Now into the lineup for the Celtics.
To the left wing. And a wide open look for Siakam. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist.
Well, you love the confidence from Pascal Siakam. Ready on the catch, rise and fire. Nicely done.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
To the paint. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
The Pacers shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. The Pacers making a switch here. And Siakam, no good on that one. Here's White. That will count. Pascal Siakam getting it done for the Indiana Pacers. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Celtics trail by 3. And the way the Celtics can attack teams, Doors, with their 5-out set, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen.
How about the strength on the finish? Jaylen Brown showing real muscle.
You know, Doris, few teams have tried to invite Brown to be a shooter. He's punished them each and every time.
And he's had to put in the work, Kevin, to make himself a legit perimeter threat. And listen, the defense has to make choices. Athletically, this is one of the most gifted players in the league. If you're going to concede anything to Jalen, it'd probably be the three-point shot.
Toppin pulls it in. Indiana leading by 3. To the inside. Here's Siakam. That's good. And Halliburton with the assist. Siakam's got 15 points.
Well, a little bit of quality defense will not deter Pascal Siakam. Go to work.
Tatum no good. And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for Indiana. Captain Emhart. And it's off from three-point range. And Boston has possession, trailing by 5. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. 3 trips to the line so far for him in this one. And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively. But where do they start?
Candidly, Kevin, I feel like they're too soft. But giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls, they've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
And Siakam has it in the corner. No good on the wing 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Outside Porzingis. Back to Tatum. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Boston trailing. To the middle. Throws it down, JT!
Oh, how easy it is to get off your feet. How about the spring from Jason Tatum?
Well, Doris, before he started playing basketball, Siakam was on the path to priesthood. And there are a lot of GMs in the NBA saying, amen, that he chose basketball.
Kevin, this young man actually attended a seminary and didn't pick up a basketball until he was 16. But even with that, he's built himself into an all-star and a champion. An incredible journey.
Halliburton feeling it out a bit. Here's Turner. Out left to the wing. Toppin with it. 8 points for him. Just 5 to shoot. And he drives in. And no good that time. Nice D from Porzingis. Tatum on the wing. He has 6. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
For the lead. He's off on that one.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Pass to Turner. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's on Porzingis.
Wow, Miles Turner showing a bit of physicality and getting his teammates fired up with the hoop and the arm. All right.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
One shot.
You know, Doris, there's a notion that big men can take a little longer to develop. What have you seen from Miles Turner?
That he's turned himself into a complete basketball player, Kevin, and think there were years because he was playing alongside another big that he was out of position. But he can shoot the basketball with range, he's got strength, and he's a tremendous shot blocker.
Screen by Porzingis. Toppin pulls it in.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
Halliburton outside. Down low. Toppin can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 5. Tatum with it. And it's Toppin picking him up. Back to Tatum. Over in the corner, Porzingis. Boston again missing. Now Nembhard. Still without a basket. Inside. Outside for Halliburton. And good that time. Halliburton's got the lead up to 7 now for Indiana.
We call that tough points from a tough guy, young Tyrese Halliburton.
And that one comes up a bit short.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Gets it off. And so it's Indiana bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. Now he wants this team to stop playing it safe. He said, we've got this lead by doing what we do, and we can keep it if we don't get too cautious. Play our game. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. Siakam misses. In the corner, Horford with it. All sorts of time. The rebound by Turner.
Boy, defense nowhere to be found, and neither was his shot at that time.
And he gets the bucket.
Assist.
Yeah, great work on the interior. Halliburton, easy work inside.
Here's Tatum. Going inside. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it.
Yeah, you have to make greater effort than that defensively. You know what he can do from range.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
Tatum down low. And Horford wide open. He shoots. That one misses. Pacers leading by 10. Pass to Toppin. It's Nembhard on the wing. Misses the 3. Over to the left wing. And here is Horford. Here's Hauser. Craig sets a screen. Here's Tatum. Tatum slips by the contact inside.
We know this is an offensive-minded player. Jason Tatum loves running pick-and-roll action.
Here's Nembhard. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. Nembhard's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Pacers. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. No good there.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Tyrese Halliburton saying, I'm not just a pure shooter, folks. I've got a little upset in my game.
And a new group in for the Celtics. And here's Tatum.